Hey, welcome to Joe's Multiverse. Now, earlier in the last video, I teased a series called Cool Guy Stuff coming soon. I had originally planned it for a little later, but let's just dive right in. Now, I have some things that I wanted to share, and these aren't only my favorite things, but they're some things that have been helping me get by, even on a day-to-day basis. Things that I just enjoy, things that I use every day, just about. The first one that I want to talk about is this fragrance. Now, the ones that I have are what they call dupes or inspired by, the cheap version, but pretty much the same thing, not always mixed up exactly because, who knows how they do it. But these ones come pretty darn close, and my favorite is Creed Aventus. Now, I'm not going to go spend $500 on a bottle of that, and that's how much it cost, but I get this musky oak moss from Walmart, and a bottle of this is about $48, $49. This is the third bottle of this that I've had in the last couple of months, and this one's almost gone. I absolutely love this stuff. There's another dupe out there of Creed Aventus. This one I think is the most popular one. Club de whatever Intense Man. This stuff is pretty good. This is my second favorite out of the inspired by types. And I have a bunch of them. Another one is Alt Executive number 26. They all smell amazing. I sit and I squirt this on all day, and I'm truck driving. I'm in the truck for almost 9 hours every night. Usually nobody's with me. I'm not seeing anybody. I probably talk to 2, maybe 3 people from the time that I leave my apartment here and I get back, 9, 10 hours later. But I am spraying this stuff on myself the whole night while I'm driving because I love the smell of it. I have been improving and trying to improve every aspect of my life, and I listen to the stuff that I want to listen to that makes me the happiest.
That they know they need to overcome in order to meet their goals.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding.
Again, I'm back. I promise to never go back on that promise.
That's what's going in my ears. I am looking at good things. I'm looking at the things that I want to look at. I am ready.
Maybe tip it. You're in a video.
I'm looking at more wholesome things that can be a blessing. I am letting good things in right here, and the stuff that I want to smell, I'm smelling it. And I know that sounds crazy as whatever, but this stuff, I absolutely love it. If you've smelled one of these before, or a Creed Aventus, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's amazing. My second favorite thing is something that I use every day, all day, probably too much, and that is my vape. And just as important as my vape is the vape juice that I use. And I only vape one kind. It's only one flavor. That flavor is graham crust. And before anybody says, you know what's in there, you know what you're vaping and all this, yeah, I know, but I quit smoking back in 2013, and it really screwed with my asthma. It was out of control. And once I switched to vaping, I breathed a lot better. My asthma was more controllable, and I like it. I like the nicotine. I like the graham crust. I like vaping. And I don't like those disposable ones because those do have a bunch of weird chemicals in it. I mix my own graham crust up. The vape store that I go to, I get straight up nicotine. That's all that's in there. And I split that and get it to a 3% milligram. I got straight up graham crust flavoring. That's what that is. And then I just buy this at Walmart. It's a vegetable glycerin. It's what's the basic ingredient that's in just about all vape juice. So there's 3 ingredients in my vape juice. It lasts a long time, and it has to, and I kind of have to buy my own because these big suckers really go through the juice. But I love my vape. This one is the the Lemma Quest Lost Vape. Usually I smoke smoke. I think most people say smoke, but more importantly, whatever can push the tank that I use. And the latest upgrade of those is the TFV18. I think I had the TFV6 or something like that years ago when it first came out. But yeah, definitely one of my 5 favorite things, and I get my money's worth. Oh, and let me add, I just want to make it clear, even though that this is in a series called Cool Guy Stuff, I'm not trying to promote or saying that vaping is cool, or to be a cool guy, you should vape in any way. This is just one of my favorite things. Now, third on my list is pretty basic and probably would be just about on everybody's top 5 favorite things, and that's my phone. And I add this in there because this is something that I definitely use every day. I watch mostly YouTube, or second time around watching Supernatural. I watch Paramount jump around from Disney when there's a good show on there, but I think I only put my eyes on a TV on the weekends when I'm trying to spend some quality time with the kids watching a movie or something like that. But use my phone quite a bit. I'm actually filming on my other phone right now, so definitely get my money's worth with this phone. I put all my notes, use it for everything, and it's nothing special. It's just Android, Samsung Galaxy A something. Don't do iPhones. I'm an Android guy. Now, my next thing is something that I haven't had for too long, just under a year, but it quickly became one of my favorite things and something I use almost every day, and that's my glasses. Found these, actually the original ones, found them in this store in the mall, and I'm very picky when it comes to sunglasses, which I think a lot of people are, but I really, really like these. I wear them everywhere. I have a few pair of the same ones. These are the ones that I got first, and I just absolutely loved them. I like the fit, I like the thickness of it. They weren't terribly expensive. And then I found they had red and orange, and these blue ones are my absolute favorite. Absolutely love these. These were, when I was thinking of my 5 favorite things, these were one of the first things I thought of, because they're one of my favorite things. And these are definitely cool guy stuff, in my opinion. And I think I'm going to wear them for a little longer. Now, my next one is kind of weird. It's my can cooler. Now, this is something that I can't live without, and when I don't have one or I can't find one, I make one with some paper towels. I drink out of cans and bottles and stuff every day. I drink way too much Diet Dr. Pepper and Coke Zero and all that, but I always have to have a can cooler. And I just got this cheesy one at a truck stop, but I always have to have one on there, and my hands will warm up, pop so quickly, so easily. The heat from my hands, I give off a lot of heat, and I can't usually get my sodas and stuff like that cold enough. Just ask my family. I blow up cans and stuff in the freezer all the time, trying to get it to that perfect, point. So I'm always protecting my stuff with my can cooler. I'm really surprised I don't have a huge collection of these, but this is something that I use every day. It definitely has to be on my list of favorite things. Now, I know that's 5, but I have to add this one in. Let's call it a bonus. And that is something that I got a few months back at the very, very beginning of April. That is my electric scooter. I had so much fun on this. I absolutely love this thing. And this is another thing that has really helped me quite a bit in the last several months. This is actually a Segway ZT Pro. I can get it going up to 30 miles an hour. It has a pretty good battery and all of that. I can share all the specs and do a more focused video on the scooter alone if anybody's interested. But I got this. It's about $900 at Scheels, and for the first couple of months you couldn't get me off this damn thing. Oops. But it's helped me just so much. And helped what, you may ask? Well, just with everything, with mostly mental health. And that bleeds, your mental health bleeds into everything, connected to everything. And over the last couple of years, with more than the last couple of years, but with all the stress and all the heartache and all the hurt and all the loss, all the stress and all the depression over the years, that takes a toll on you. And even once you get into the recovery from being that kind of sick, that not necessarily type of recovery like chemical dependency, but just restoring and improving your life, and pivoting all the way and repenting from all the things that was making your life miserable. Anyway, even after working on everything and doing all that over a couple of years, sometimes some of that hurt had gone so deep, and some of the same things had been so repetitive, pressure and time on the same thing, on the same area, that can get deep. And some of those wounds, they don't heal even after a couple of years. And mix in some of the stuff that you went through in childhood, things that you're still working on, and some of those things can take years to deal with once you actually have the courage and open those things up and take a look at them and deal with them and feel them, and then be able to set them aside feeling like you worked through it. But the things that I've had to work through, and the hurts and the depression and all that stuff, I found things that improve my life for me. They're mostly just for me. I mean, I love my scooter, and I've probably ridden it by myself mostly, but I love riding scooters with my kids, and they like going out and doing it, and I love doing it, all of us together. That's something I can share with them. But I really used that time after I would get home, at 2:30, 3 in the morning, and go out for a ride for an hour. And it did a world of difference for the way that I closed out my night, especially a work night, and what it did for my mental health. And when I sit by myself and drive my truck for 8 hours and spray myself with semi-expensive cologne, it makes me happy. It makes me feel good. I've really gotten into my fitness and my diet and stuff, and I've gotten in decent shape, and that makes me happy. It makes me feel good about myself. And you need to find, what I've learned is I had to find what made me happy, and it had to come from me. I had to find out what my self-worth was. And when I do these little things, when I can go for a scooter ride, when I just love the way that I smell, when I mix my own stuff and I can save money, when I find a dope pair of glasses and rock them every day, and just it's cool guy stuff, and it makes me feel good. And what I hope for everybody out there is that you find your cool stuff, the stuff that makes you feel good and that improves your life, that sometimes it might just be for you. But I will be definitely getting in more depth with this series, doing more videos, and I can do a video. I have all kinds of fragrances. I got into a fragrance club a handful of months back, and got introduced to a whole mess of good smelly stuff and just fell in love with some stuff. So I got all kinds, and I could do a whole video just talking about fragrances and sharing the ones that I have. I really miss that Jeremy guy. Boy, I say a prayer for him. I hope, is it Jeremy Fragrance or Jeremy something? I hope he's doing okay. Now, I don't know if I could do a whole video just talking about can coolers unless I had a huge collection of them or something, which I don't. But another thing that I was just thinking about is I can talk about some of the gear that I use around with the computer and the new setup that I have, and just some of the stuff that I use to make these videos and just share the little bit that I know. But other than that, these have been my 5 favorite things. Thank you everybody that has left comments, and I can't wait to talk with the FLC more about figures and this latest Spider-Man movie and the upcoming Doom. That Doomsday is gonna be just epic, seriously. But I will see you all real soon.